Welcome to One Up My News, episode 6. We're going to be talking about the big three, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, having some awesome stuff in the works right now. And also, the Telltale saga continues. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to One of My News, episode 6. My name is Ryan Smith, and I'm joined always by my wonderful co-host, Jordan Sims. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. That was a beautiful intro. I've been good. It's been like, I was sitting back, I got back from this stupid thing I had to go to this morning. Not important.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had that meeting.
Yeah, not going to cover it. But I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, I have some awesome games to play right now. Like, it is great.
You really do.
Like, I do. Like, I got in the Jump Force beta, which I won't be able to play because, like, the time signatures when they do that is weird. It doesn't match up with my particular schedule. And then I was gifted Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was also gifted Black Ops 4. But I'll talk about that
Lucky
once
bastard.
I know. People love me. But, time jumping back a couple days. So I've had like some stinky, stupid, I guess, like, events. I had to put my car in the shop on the way to the Pokemon Regional. I guess we can talk about that. Our buddy James made it to day 2. I think he ended up making 11. I just now realized that we've recorded an episode already, and we actually talked about that.
This.
I honestly forgot that we recorded that episode. That's how crazy my life's been. Not like, nothing and too insane. It just seems like,
Your car's been kind of
my car's been kind of stinky stupid. Yeah. I feel like, like, I'm trying to put good energy out there in the world, trying to just, like, I'm, like, grinding, saving money so I can move in May, and then, doing the podcast, I'm trying to do all these things and whatnot, and it just, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what's, like, making me stuck, kind of. That's how I feel currently, just kind of stuck in life. But, that's really it. That's really all that's been going on with me. What about you, buddy?
I saw a cow.
Really?
Yeah.
On like a Chick-fil-A sign?
No. I mean, it's not abnormal to see cows where we live, or
That's
where I
true.
live, I should say. But what is weird is that it's just on the side of the road. I was driving up to my mom's house to visit her. She asked if I could come visit her. I was like, sure, I'll just bring my podcast equipment out there. Take 2 or 3 hours to set up everything and record.
And she's like,
it doesn't take 2 or 3 hours, but
my son does a podcast.
Yeah, and then she put me in a headlock and punched me in the top of the head.
Well, welcome home, punk.
Like, she lives right outside of the town where we live. Well, where we live. I say where we live. I live an hour away from her. But so you don't normally see cows on the side of the road.
Yeah,
it was pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you get out and take a picture with it? I would.
Nah, man. I was driving. I didn't want to get a wreck or anything. I didn't want to. I don't know. I didn't want to stand beside this big, huge cow.
It's just mean mugging you. Stands up on 2 legs, starts punching his fist like, I'm coming for you.
Oh my gosh, that sounds terrifying. It was just so weird, man. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Like, I was like,
that is
this
weird.
Thing wanders out in the street, and somebody hits it. It's just gonna destroy their entire life.
And the cow might walk away from it too.
It was pretty big. Like, I don't know. It probably wouldn't survive, but I wouldn't be that surprised, honestly.
I guess that's an easy way to. You described perfectly how, like, my life is going right now. It's just a series of weird events, just weird stuff. I come back from the trip, and I think everything's fine with my car, and I get ready to go to work, and my car won't start, and then I can't open the hood to jumpstart the battery, and it's like, what is going on?
Well, yeah,
what is happening?
Did you talk about on the podcast about how your car got messed up?
I think I covered it a little bit. So for those of you that want more news, because I know I'd be curious if, like, somebody I listened to didn't share the full story. So we were heading to Mississippi to meet up with my friends, which includes Ryan. and to go to the Pokemon Regional, which
Even though I didn't go.
Yeah, he didn't go, but we still had to hang out, which was fun. And I hit something. So, okay, the car I have, I guess you need to know the type of car I have to understand the story. So, the car I have is a Hyundai Genesis Coupe, which is low to the ground. It's a low profile car, which means it's already sitting low to the ground. And this was news to me. I don't know a lot about cars, but I didn't realize that the transmission pan is lower than the car. And so we hit something, and it put like a baseball-size car into the bottom of our car. And so, we waited a while, I think like 3 hours, and then we got towed back to like a mini city in Mississippi, and then we, went through a whole bunch of malarkey there. Finally ended up getting a rental car, continued on our trip, yada yada. Then the trip was awesome. It was great. I met some cool people, told some people about the podcast. If you're listening from the Pokemon Regional, it was awesome to see you guys. You did a great job. I hope to talk to you all some more soon. And yeah, so we come back from the trip and return the rental car. And it turns out they're like, we got the part in, and we're sitting there at the dealership, and they're like, yeah, we're putting in the transmission fluid. Okay, cool. And they told us that, and we're like, okay, it's been like an hour. It's definitely in. They're like, oh, yeah, they're just making sure there's no leaks. Okay, so this time it's been like, 4 hours. We're like, okay, it's definitely ready now, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And so, we're like, okay, what's going on? They're like, okay, we're going to be honest. We don't have the transmission fluid.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, excuse me? Like, what do you mean you don't have it? They're like, well, we didn't know that you'd need it. I'm like, excuse me, we told you when we got it towed here, it would not move. All the transmission fluid is gone because it leaked out because there is a hole in the transmission pan. And they're like, yeah, we know you told us that, but yeah, we don't have it here. It takes a special type of transmission fluid. We got to get 6 quarts from Huntsville, Alabama, and the rest from Jackson. And I'm like, so okay, someone on the way to get them, or are they coming here? They're like, no, we haven't sent anybody yet. This is after they told us. So in between that conversation, they said, yeah, the transmission fluid will be here in 30 minutes. So we waited half an hour, gave them an hour. So at this time, we've been here 6 hours waiting. And so we thought, okay, the transmission fluid's here. They definitely have got it put in now. And then they told us that, hey, it takes special. And so I was like, no, screw that. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'll just go buy my own transmission fluid. And so I just went to the store, and he's like, oh, we called every place. We don't have any. And I'm like, what do you mean? So, I called my mechanic, and he contacted one of the parts stores. I think it was like an Advanced Auto or whatever. And we got the transmission fluid from there. But that wasn't all. So I needed 8 cords. So the one store we went to only had 7. So we had to drive across town to get the 8th one. And I was just like, so we dropped off the 7 quarts, went and got the 8th one. Thought, okay, for sure, they're going to have the fluid put in. When we get back, give them the last quart. It's going to be off the rack. We're going to be on the road.
Right, yeah.
No.
They waited.
No, not that. They're like, so, they didn't tell us. They lied to us multiple times. They did not tell us any of this was going on. So finally I was like, hey, is the fluid in my car? Can we go home? Because we were only like 4 hours away from home, at this point locationally. And they're like, oh, yeah, the pump broke that we put the transmission fluid in. I was like, excuse me? Yeah, at that point I just laughed and like walked away from them. I had been there probably, at this point, 8 hours. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, I went and bought you transmission fluid.
Stuff, like,
I don't know. I don't know, man. And it's, and so the cherry on top after and it was only like an O-ring and a 32-cent part. And I'm like, you mean it?
Jordan got something in the mail or something. Is that yours?
No, it was not mine.
Okay, so nothing to talk about.
Nope, nothing to talk about. It was just something from the government for someone that lives here. So.
Do you want to finish your car story?
Yeah. So a 32-cent part. I'm like, I'm not mad about it anymore or frustrated, But it just seemed like everything that, could happen was happening.
Everything
and I was
could
like,
go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you mean to tell me you don't have an extra O-ring? It is a 32-cent part. Like a 32-cent part. Like, what do you mean you do not have any more in this shop? This shop is huge. And it was just, I was like, are you serious? It blew my mind that they didn't have that. So, finally, 9 hours later, we get to leave. And,
Jeez.
I'm getting ready to pull my car out, and the guy comes up to me and goes, honestly, we've never worked on a car like this before. We rushed the job, and there's more stuff wrong with it. I don't know what exactly the part is called that you need, but I know it's hooked up to your tires. If it was my car, I would take it to a parts shop,
Right.
and I would stay overnight. I wouldn't drive it home. But
Yeah.
he's like, but drive safe. And I was like, what? I was just flabbergasted because I don't know.
Why didn't they just say this to begin with?
I don't know. Because it was so for those of you that are, I'm not knocking anybody that lives in Meridian, Mississippi, but my car isn't a luxury car. It's a Hyundai car that they decided to make into a sports car. It's not a fancy car. It's from 2010. It's not anything luxurious. They should be able to work on it. But man, it just... And this is when all the stuff with the hurricane was happening. It was like the day before all the stuff with the hurricane. Yeah. Hurricane Michael.
How has that affected y'all?
None. We got some weather. We got a little bit of wind. Like maybe, I don't know. I don't want to quote a wind mile per hour thing. But it wasn't bad. We got some rain, maybe some dark clouds, but that's it. We haven't seen nothing.
Wow.
So, yeah, we didn't get any of that.
That's
so
good.
that's, so all of that happened. I finally get home. We're trying to record and stuff and get back into the swing of things. And then my car doesn't start. And then I go to work, and it's just, I was just like, man, what is happening in my life right now? It's insane. And then I was like, sweet, I had a mediocre day yesterday. I was like, I'm going to come home. I'm going to play the Jump Force beta. Heck yeah. Nope.
Yeah, that's right. You got in the Jump Force beta, but you didn't play it yesterday?
No, they have a weird schedule time. Yeah, I know some betas do this so they don't overload their servers and they don't,
But isn't the entire point of the beta to test the server?
Yep. And they have 4 sessions, and 2 of them are like super early in the morning because they're on Pacific time, and I'm on Central time, and it's just like it doesn't match up to my schedule. Like I don't play early I can't play the 2 sessions that are early in the morning because I'm sleeping from working all night. So it's like, and I can't play late at night because I will be at work. So hopefully I'll be able to get up tomorrow morning and play one of the 3rd session, or 3rd or 4th session they're gonna have. I think it's the last one.
Let's hope you get to do that. That would, I don't know. I guess that would be at least one good thing that's happened this week.
Exactly. So, but yeah, there's been a lot of good things happening this week with video games in general.
There's been some pretty cool stuff that's happened. There's been some new games come out.
There you go. Picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, we got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has come out for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. This seems to be getting good reviews from what I can tell. There's no story campaign, so remember that. If you're into the story, there's no campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Just kind of weird to me, but...
So, tidbit here. So, I was gifted Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I can't remember if I said this earlier or not, but someone gifted it to me. And so,
we've had to restart like 3 times, so I don't remember.
We have. I will agree with Ryan that there isn't a story, but there is something in the game that has some really cool cutscenes. I thought I was gonna play some Blackout, and I clicked on this thing, and it was like, boom, here's a movie, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, this is intense, and they're like, okay, here's some training, and I'm like, what is happening? Is this like story? Like, I don't know. It's not a campaign. I don't know what it is. Yeah. It's like I think you just go through and play specific characters and how they interact with each other. I'm not really sure. I'll discuss more about it once I've actually dove into it. But I did play 6 or 7 rounds of Blackout, which is their version of like a battle royale, and man, I am trash. I am really bad.
It looks cool though.
It is awesome, but man, I'm bad. Because, you know, I have a mic and stuff. People are like, where are we dropping? And, like, I jumped out of the plane. I didn't mean to.
I guess I tried to pick it up.
Yeah. So I have it on PS4. It's actually, it's pretty fun. Even though I have no clue what I'm doing at all.
Right.
I think I've only played the first Call of Duty.
Wow.
I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah. No, sorry.
Let me pick it up.
Correction. I did play Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but that was on the Xbox One. Hated. Yeah. That was on the Xbox One. So this is, yeah. It's fun. As crazy it is to do the blackout, it looks awesome. You know, the guns seem cool, and that's all I really know about it. I will say the water mechanics look really cool. I'm a sucker for good-looking water.
Oh yeah, games. Oh yeah, me too. To go to your point about the story, I think from what I remember them talking about when they first announced that there was be no campaign, is that there's no campaign. But that doesn't mean that there's necessarily no story.
Yeah, because the way it opened, it was like a movie. I was like, oh man, I should have popped some popcorn because it was
like those Blizzard's things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
It was it was. Some of the people look weird because I feel like Ubisoft. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't like their character models. But it was like yeah.
It's in Ubisoft.
Dang it.
Activision. Oh my gosh,
I'm sorry.
Ubisoft makes Assassin's Creed. This is a video and podcast, and the kid thinks Ubisoft makes Call of Duty. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
This kid. Oh my gosh. All right, that's the end of One Up Me. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yep.
Let's move on before they pitchfork us, or
the world ends with you.
That sounds like a euphemism. The world ends with you. It's coming out for the Switch. I think it's out. Is it out?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's out now. From what I can tell, this is awesome and getting good reviews. It's not perfect from what I hear, but it's out. I really, really, really want to play this because I've heard really good things about it.
It's one of my best friend's favorite games ever, and I've never played it. And I almost bought it, but I didn't. So this next game is pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It's Super Mario Party.
I also think this is pretty fun.
Like, that seems like a fun game just to sit down at a Buffalo Wild Wings and play with your friends.
Oh man, that does sound cool. That does sound fun. Just get some wings and just play some Mario Party.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I've heard that this, speaking of reviews and stuff again, is the best Mario. Like, it's not perfect. It's not the best in the series, but it's the best that they've had in a while. Like in several iterations. And
it looks fun, Mario Party.
Oh yeah, fun. Mario Party is just fun. And this one, the graphics look good. The mini games look pretty fun. So I'm definitely interested. And then the last game on the games out now list is Luigi's Mansion Remake for the 3DS. Why is this not on the Switch?
Good question.
I do not understand.
I would probably play this game like a 1% chance if it was out on Switch.
My idiot mind will probably make me buy it anyway, even though it's on.
I was going to ask that. Have you bought it yet?
No, not yet.
Pretty sure.
I probably will. If this was on Switch, I'd probably buy it for you. That's
what I know. You're a big fan. So
I actually didn't like the second one that much. I'm so excited for the third one though because it's on Switch. But
they're making a third one?
Yeah, man. People love Luigi's Mansion. It's coming out for the Switch.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I'm not a big fan.
Why?
I just don't care.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want to play Luigi ghost busting adventures.
But it's better than everything that's ever been out.
Okay, if you give it that award, then I have to play it.
I think the reason I didn't like the second one as much as the first one is because it didn't have that much. Like the first one, you had the ghosts, the boss battles were very memorable. Like the ghosts had very interesting looks and almost had a personality to them. But the second one, I didn't beat it. I think I still have it. But
you get to fight Mario?
No, the ghosts, there's no booze I could find. There's no interesting designs. It's just kind of boring. I don't know why. A lot of people that I've talked to actually like it more, but I do not. So I'll probably honestly pick this up as long as it's not broken or something in any way.
Okay.
The next thing on our games coming out are the games releasing soon. And first we got is Soul Calibur 6, I do believe.
Correct. This is going to be coming out the 19th of this month, and it is going to be coming to everything but Switch.
Are you gonna
PC, PS4, and Xbox One? I might pick this up. I'm in one of those video game overloads right now where I'm trying to I've thrown my frying pans in too many fires, and I'm trying to dial it back because I was gifted Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was gifted Black Ops, and I got My Hero coming in the mail, which I keep reminding myself, and I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider so I can go play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And then I want to dive into the crazy world of joy that is Happy Few.
You've been playing that.
And it's just I think I just want to.
And then Red Dead. You want,
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. But it's funny as my video game category expands. Overwatch gets lower and lower on the totem pole.
I got so tilted the other night playing Overwatch. I don't even want to talk about it. I might talk about it on the topic episode or something. I don't know, but yeah. I know what you're saying. I definitely know what you mean about Overwatch.
And there's skins I want, and I'm I don't want to grind through games. And I almost bought some boxes, and I was no. I was I did this for the anniversary event. I didn't get what I wanted. I'm not gonna buy loot boxes anymore.
Man, there's some really good skins this Halloween event.
There are.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the best. Honestly, I think skin wise, this is one of the best events that they've had in a long time, if not ever. The Soldier 76 skin. Oh,
that Frankenstein Bride somber skin. Oh my gosh,
that's some really good skins. I'm telling you,
looks so good.
I kind of felt I don't know, I wasn't really feeling a lot of games. I'll probably beat Dragon Quest XI eventually, but I just didn't feel like playing it. And I've kind of picked up The Witcher 3 and started playing that, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. So how do you feel about Soul Calibur 6? I might pick it up, but I also just might randomly go back and play the first one.
It's definitely one of those that, but
it's one of those things where I want to get back into Soul Calibur, so I might pick this up.
Yeah.
I might not pick it up. I might not pick it up this month.
Right.
I honestly might. I might play it in January. Maybe when I have less time. Less games to play.
Yeah. I'm looking for a multiplayer game to play. I've been playing some Dragon Ball Fighters.
See that too, man. too many good games right now.
Yeah, don't try to play all of them. I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is the news.
That's true.
The next up thing we got here is just, I guess, remind y'all, as if anyone needs reminding, that Red Dead does come out on the 26th.
That's right.
And then Spyro Reignited Trilogy comes out the 13th of next month. Mm-hmm. And then finally, we got some honorable mentions that I believe Jordan looked up on the interweb.
Correct. So the first one, we'll breeze through these because we want to get into the meat of this episode and talk about some awesome news. So the first one my coworker told me about, and he was like, hey, it's a self-learning, Left 4 Dead, but with machines based in Sweden. It looks really cool. It's based in the 1980s in Sweden, called Generation Zero. It comes out fall 2019. It's by Avalanche Studios. You might be familiar with them. They did the Just Cause series and Mad Max. At the moment, it has only been released for PC and being Windows only at the moment. Who knows? We might be able to see it on Mac or Linux later, but that's all it's been announced for.
I doubt it's coming to Linux.
You never know, but probably not.
Or Mac. Or Mac.
Exactly. Yeah. So Generation Zero, the way it is it's single player or multiplayer, and you're fighting against robots. It's really cool looking from the designs I've seen. And the machines remember and learn, and you can, if you damage them, say if you damage their sensory, environmental radars, I guess that's what you'd call it, they'll still be damaged the next time you go battle them. Mm-hmm. And it looks kind of cool. So this will be in the description if you want to check it out. The next one I actually found out about from Reddit, and it was a YouTube video, Control, and then / what we know about, or what we know. It's by Wild Boar 14. That's where I got that's where I found out about this, because it was posted on the Reddit I was looking at just for random video game news. Control is by Remedy Games. They did they did Max Payne 2, and Quantum Break. It's going to be out sometime in 2019. There's no month release date for it, and that's going to be coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It's you have a psychic pistol, which is interesting.
What?
Like it's a telekinetic. It's linked to you, like, with your mind, so you can tell it to, like, transform into a shotgun, or like curve the bullets, or different stuff like that. And it looks really interesting. And from just seeing a couple things on the internet, not a lot of people have talked about it, and that's why we just wanted to throw it in here so quick. So if you click on the little thing on the description that says Control, it'll take you to their website. But also below is the link to Wild Boar 14's video on YouTube. He does. I think he's like a kid or something, but he does a generally good job explaining what the game is and has some gameplay footage. Okay. So you can check that out.
Yeah, keep an eye out for those games. There is one more game that I forgot to put in. Hitman 2 is going to be out. Soon. I just wanted to throw it out there.
I honestly thought it was out already, but that's an awesome series. Check it out if you haven't, guys. Hitman is a great series.
All right, moving on to the news. It seems that Kingdom Hearts will be getting a massive bundle, I guess is the only way to put it, called Kingdom Hearts The Story So Far, which bundles up almost every game in the series on PS4. This is coming from Eurogamer. Square Enix has announced Kingdom Hearts The Story So Far, an enormous PlayStation 4 compilation featuring every game released so far in the series, minus the browser and mobile installment Kingdom Hearts 10 or X. Yep. I don't know.
It's X.
The story so far is an ideal starting point for newcomers. Square's Final Fantasy / Disney RPG mashup ahead of Kingdom Hearts 3's release date next year, albeit not necessarily the most efficient way to inhale the series' notoriously convoluted plot. A faster option would be to reveal in the excellent summary video below. Okay, well, yeah, this is just a YouTube video or something. So, Okay, let's see. This is going to come with Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, 2.5 remakes, which Kingdom Hearts Free Chain of Memories 358 over 2 days. That's just a really good name.
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, again an amazing name. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, A Fragmented Past, and the movie Kingdom Hearts X back cover. Jeez. This is set for an October 30th release date. It will cost $39.99, which is around 30 euros, I believe.
Correct. I won't be picking this up. It's awesome for people to get into the series. Sorry, Xbox users that won't be able to get this.
Well, yeah, it's weird that they're not releasing it on Xbox to me.
I'm telling you, man, Square Enix and Disney, I feel like they just still hate Xbox.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to Xbox.
I know, but think about it. They don't have a way to play these games unless they have a PS3 or a PlayStation 4.
That's just weird.
So it is weird. You think they would, capitalize on being able to get money from those people.
I mean, the asshole in me is like, yeah, keep it on PlayStation.
Obviously, I feel the same way. But,
But Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to Xbox. It's weird. It's really weird to me.
Maybe it's all a ruse, and it's actually not
coming to Xbox. That would be insane.
And they're just like, by the way, it's not coming to Xbox, and it's not coming out to 2020, but it's not coming to Xbox. And we're like, all right.
Well, okay, yeah. At least it's not coming to Xbox. But it just seems like they would make so much money if they just released this on Xbox.
Exactly.
Just strange to me. Because I have a problem, will probably buy this. Also, I haven't played several of the games that are going to be in the collection. I haven't played.
The only one I haven't played is Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I haven't played Birth by Sleep. I haven't beaten. I never beat Dream Drop Distance. I never beat Recoded. Just
watch the cutscenes. That's all you need to do.
But I don't know. I'll probably buy this, honestly. Apparently, Netflix canceled Iron Fist. Let's see. So this next bit of story is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. Oh, this is a mouthful. will get its ending through Robert Kirkman's Skybound.
That's right.
So, if you don't know, Robert Kirkman is the man who writes the Walking Dead comic books. So, and he announced that the final episodes of Telltale's The Walking Dead will be released via his company Skybound during the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic Con this past Saturday. We've successfully negotiated with Telltale for all companies Skybound to come in to see Season 4 to the completion, Kirkman said. We don't want Andrew Lincoln and Clementine to die in the same year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw this and I was like, finally, some realistic news. This should have been happening. I want to know, like, when the light bulb went off and they were like, oh, we can do this. Let's just do this. And so that's awesome. I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, as everyone knows, recently Telltale closed its doors and people were worried about, the big thing is what if, people losing their jobs, but also obviously they were in the middle of making these games, and it still seems that most of them are not going to be completed, but at the very least it seems that this will be completed.
Which is awesome. Still sucks people lost their job, but I am happy that I get to find out what happens to dear old Clementine.
Oh yeah, I love Clementine. I've got to play this season 3. I really need to play season 3. I loved the first 2 seasons, but never played the third. What about you? What have you played of these?
So I played the first 2 episodes, seasons. Is that what they're called? The first 2 parts.
Yeah, seasons.
Correct. And I have not played the 3rd or the 4th one, but I loved it because I think it was my first Telltale game I've ever played.
Yeah.
And it was just. And yeah, I was just like, this story is awesome. It's simple gameplay. I can get through it pretty easy. I don't have to invest tons of time and energy worrying about skill trees and etc.
Yeah, that's true.
It's awesome. I love it. I can dive into the story, not have to worry about, oh, I didn't do this raid or I didn't get this, item or whatever. And it's just a fun gaming experience. And that's why I'm grateful that this is getting finished, because people have followed Clementine in this story longer than I have.
I love Clementine.
It's a great story, and I'm thankful that we're getting an ending to it.
For anyone wondering if they're going to use any of the talent that was the former Telltale Studios, it doesn't mention it here, but it also says that the story is kind of still in development, so we don't really know how that will end up. This next story is a little different. Streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey in Google Chrome is surprisingly great.
This is from Polygon.
Yeah.
And I honestly was going to do this, and I actually signed up for the beta.
Really?
And then I did.
Huh.
And because I wanted to try out Assassin's Creed. I hadn't played any of the Assassin's Creed except for maybe 30 minutes to an hour of the first one. I've watched some of the gameplay of some of the others, but I wanted to experience this. Not because I don't appreciate my gaming PC, because I do. I love it to bits. But I wanted to see how playing a beautiful, awesome game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey would be like in Google Chrome. Because if you use Google Chrome, everybody knows Google Chrome will bring the most amazing computer to its knees by eating its CPU and destroying its RAM, and it does a lot of weird stuff sometimes, and it's like, what are you doing? I have one tab open. What are you doing to my computer? So I saw this, and I was like, okay, Google, congratulations on Project Stream. Good for you. That's awesome.
Oh,
and
man.
then I was like...
I thought, you said, okay, Google. I was like looking around to make sure it didn't activate any of my devices.
I'm sorry. Sorry, people that have smart devices. I was like, good for you, Google. That's awesome. Project Stream's going to be cool. I'm interested in it because I like streamable things. I like Google. And then they're like Assassin's Creed, because I was watching the press release off and on. And I was like, what? I'm like, no way. There's no way this is going to work. And then, sure enough, it works. And, there's videos and pictures. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this shouldn't work.
According to this article, for all intents and purposes, it works really, really well.
it's insane.
Like,
it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it. Just I don't know. I mean, people know that streaming games isn't exactly doesn't usually work perfectly. They would rather download the games. That's why when Game Pass did it, they were so happy, and then finally Sony let you download some games at least on what is it their Games Pass competitor.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name though.
It's saying the visuals were impressive. The visual options menu is let's see, has its user choices and it doesn't have its user choices. Excuse me, and offers brightness as the only option. Everything else is handled dynamically by Project Stream. So it's just called Project Stream.
Okay.
They've been working on this. It seems like on and off, at least for years now. So I'm happy that this seems like to work so well. I'm also surprised, to be honest.
Exactly. Good for them though. I was like, sweet, Project Stream, awesome, and I'm like, Assassin's Creed, awesome, and they're like, and then they said Google Chrome, and I was like, what? I'm like,
it is Google.
Yeah, it is Google. So they released a lot of cool stuff at that press release. But so what this person tested it on, they tested it on a computer that actually had an NVIDIA 1080 graphics card and a gigabit internet connection to have the close to ideal circumstances. Then they moved to something that generally relative depends on what your definition of
more
average is. They moved. They moved to a 2017 MacBook Pro with a wireless connection to the same network, and they were able to pick up their save. At all. That's why I said depends on your definition of average. Average to me would be an old Acer laptop kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But they were able to pick up the save right where they left off, and it just ran well. It shows some screenshots in this article about how it's checking your setup. It's closing any streaming. It gives you tips for a stronger streaming connection so your gaming works well. You can play near a Wi-Fi hub or just straight plug up an Ethernet. It says, close other tabs and programs, stop downloads, file sharing, etc. Do all the general stuff you would normally when trying to run a game if you want your computer to focus solely on that game. And they sign off by saying, to say the streaming service, its presentation of Assassin's Creed Odyssey were impressive would be an understatement. Given the choice between playing the standard PC version of the game and the Project Stream version, I'd probably choose streaming.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, with Project Stream, the game launches a little quicker, and you only really lose the top end of quality. For those with the internet connection to play, but without a suitable computer to handle the traditional install, it's hard to imagine a better setup than Project Stream, even in these early days. And I was thinking about that the other day. Me and I were talking just in general about traveling and gaming, really.
Unite?
And how, yeah.
Okay.
And we were just talking casually about traveling and gaming. And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for something, because I have a Microsoft Surface, but it's the first one. And, I was like, yeah, I'm looking for something I can podcast on, but also play some games on. And he was just telling me, his setup and what he does to game on the go and stuff. And it was just interesting just to talk about, streaming games versus downloading the games. And it's just, it's really becoming, you don't have to worry about, oh no, I hope the internet connection at the hotel is good enough. Or I hope I can find a coffee bar that has good internet. Or whatever. It's just I feel that people are just gonna be able to connect to a service that they pay for, and it give them a wonderful connection, and then you be able to game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is
awesome.
A bit early. A lot of companies have tried and failed to enter the gaming space, but maybe Google could, be one of the ones that sticks around. One of the very few that sticks around.
I am curious. This isn't a big deal, but I want to know I wonder why they chose Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
I guess just because it's new.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that had something to do with it. I wonder if they'll come up with like a box of any kind.
That's what I was thinking, because they have, Chromecast and everything else. So they might as well come out with a box. Everybody else has one. Seems like it.
Yeah.
And even Steam.
Maybe a TV, or maybe it'll come built into, like you said, the Chromecast or
That'd be
something. Cool. I don't know. This next story, though, is also a streaming service. This comes from The Verge. Microsoft's xCloud, service streams Xbox games to PCs, consoles, and mobile devices. Available for public trials in 2019. So Microsoft has unveiled its game streaming service dubbed Project xCloud. It's designed to work across consoles, PCs, and even mobile devices. Scaling and building out Project xCloud is a multi-year journey for us, explains Microsoft's cloud gaming chief, Kareem Oh my gosh. I apologize. Chaudhry? I don't know.
That's how I'd pronounce it.
We'll begin public trials in 2019 so we can learn and scale with different volumes and locations.
When you think about it, I didn't realize how many streaming services there are. You got GeForce Now, PlayStation, Shadow, Liquid Sky, now Project Stream, and now Microsoft xCloud. I didn't ever sit down and think about how many streaming services there actually are with, digital cloud gaming.
Yeah, it says
it's interesting.
They're researching ways to combat latency and make it better on 4G networks, so you won't have to have just this incredible, networks toward the. Oh my gosh, is that a Furby? There's a picture of like a Furby being taken apart, and it is under this article. It's horrifying. Oh my gosh. I think people are just in the hunt to find the next big thing, so they won't be behind the 8 ball. When this happens.
Everyone's trying real hard just to hit the ground running with this particular gaming streaming cloud. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Cloud gaming. There we go.
A lot of people, are saying that this PlayStation 5, Xbox 2, whatever, that or maybe one more after that, it was going to be the last traditional consoles that it's going to be more like a bunch of streaming service boxes.
Oh, I'd agree wholeheartedly with that. I definitely think that I'm thinking that PlayStation 5 is going to be a streaming box.
No, I don't think so. Just because
why not?
There's millions upon millions upon millions of people who don't have internet with garbage.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Even though my internet is garbage. Sorry, internet. Don't do anything crazy right now. Just keep recording.
I don't think especially in the United States. I know there's other countries who have much better internet, and I also know there are countries, Australia, who have worse internet.
True.
So it's just not, the infrastructure is just not there yet. I think it will be
on the X,
but
yeah,
not yet. Okay, we gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say staying on the Xbox train. This is also hails from The Verge. The Xbox One October update is available with you get some new avatars, Dolby Vision, and Alexa support. That one kind of caught me off guard.
Wait, what? That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, Alexa, I'm like, is that Microsoft's
No, it's not.
thing?
That's Cortana is their thing.
And I was just in my head. I was like, do Microsoft and Amazon have something going on?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, you can get like Cortana and Alexa on iPhones and stuff like that. I think.
I just now realized that we probably triggered some people's devices by saying those words.
Alexa. Hey Alexa. Hey Siri.
Yep.
Anything?
Yeah, all of it's going off. It's all firing on all cylinders over here. They're all trying to tell me the weather right now.
No, nice. So if you have an Xbox One, keep an eye out for that and update your devices, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we have the final Xbox news story in a trio of Xbox news stories. This comes from PC Gamer. There's a rumor that Microsoft is close to buying Obsidian Entertainment. This deal is reportedly 90% complete and is merely a matter of when, not if. So who is Obsidian?
Yeah.
So Obsidian, they are a very well, not very well known, very well, liked
company,
I guess.
Okay,
very well.
That's a word.
Very well company. They're a very well company. So no, I'm sorry. Let's see. It says if this deal goes through, it'll be a huge chance for Obsidian Entertainment, who has remained independent for 15 years while developing beloved RPGs. So this is what you're wondering who they are. They've made RPGs like Knights of the Old Republic 2, Fallout New Vegas, and more recently, Pillars of Eternity. This is a much loved game maker, and it seems like they might be. This will be a huge gift for Microsoft, honestly. Microsoft,
that's
like they're not known for their RPGs, so this could be massive if they could.
That's awesome.
Pick this up. And they
I wonder if Obsidian is gonna do it though. Being independent for 15 years, they definitely seem to be knowing what they're doing.
Oh, they definitely know what they're doing. I mean, some of their games are considered the greatest games of all time by many people.
So it's just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's sometimes when people start swinging around money, people do crazy stuff. So maybe they'll crumble at Microsoft's feet.
Not many people have as many. Exactly. Not many people have as much money as Microsoft. And this does fall in line with what they've been doing for the past 6 months or a year, maybe. Probably not even that long.
That's true.
Which is picking up a bunch of studios.
Some people probably have forgotten that they did buy Mojang. I mean, I did until just like right now.
I mean, Mojang still pretty much only makes Minecraft. Even that new game that they have is still Minecraft. But they're making a lot of money on it.
They are, they're just doing Minecraft, even though they've made at least 3 other games that I feel they don't really care about. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, they picked up Ninja Theory, who made Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. They picked up the developer of Forza Horizon games, which I
feel it.
Some more that aren't listed here. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I feel like Microsoft is just that they buy up these companies, people will report on them, and we're like, okay, and then we forget about it, and then Microsoft is like, hey, here's this thing, and we're like, oh yeah, you bought that company, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, Microsoft?
Well, they're trying
sneaky
to
company.
Not get absolutely crushed by Sony again next generation.
Well, that's gonna happen.
Nah, I don't know. I think if you're a Sony fanboy, you better watch out. Like, I love Sony. I prefer them to Microsoft. Too. Here's the thing, though. Sony's been kind of a little bit of a dickhead the last year or so.
That's true. That's true. They have.
And here's a I don't know if you call it stat or what, and a lot of people know this. The only time a company has won 2 generations in a row was the PS1 and the PS2.
Yep.
The PS2, after it sold a bajillion copies, Sony got big-headed, and then they let, Xbox take the lead because they, they sold the PlayStation 3 for way too much, and they were jerks and said you should go get a second job if you want a PS3. And Microsoft is like,
I remember that.
Microsoft, they literally said you can buy a Wii and an Xbox for the price of a PS3. Like, and then after Microsoft, was so dominant in the Xbox cycle, they got big-headed, even though I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 3 ended up outselling Microsoft. But I don't know. I don't know which one made more money, though, because I'm sure there were price cuts and everything. But they got big-headed and made some stupid decisions. Always online. You can't share your games. And Sony absolutely decimated them. So, is this going to happen again?
I don't know, but I think this next race of console wars is going to be an intense one. It's going to be gloves off, brass knuckles on, heavy hitting.
Whoa.
Going for the kill shots. Like,
kill shots.
It's going to be
just like Eminem.
Yeah, 100% endorsed. And I'm excited to see it, because even though I jumped onto the PlayStation 4 train late, I loved my Xbox One. It was just it was just time for it to go.
There's no
I wasn't using it. That's true. That's what I like about Sony. Who knows? Maybe that's why Microsoft is buying all these companies.
That's exactly why.
I just now connected the dots. My mind is open now.
Your third eye.
I see it all. Yep. I see it all. I get it. The next console of Xbox, or whatever they're going to call it is going to be exclusives, and it probably will be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like racing games, but I thought about buying Forza 4.
I love Forza.
It was like, I hate racing games. I played like some, Twisted Metal, that's an awesome game, and Mario Kart. But, I was like, Forza cool, looks kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, maybe I should play that. So, but rolling into some Nintendo news, I didn't think we'd get this quick, but I guess the Switch has been out for a while. This is coming from GameSpot, and a new Nintendo Switch revision is maybe coming next year. What do you think about this? You've had your Switch longer than me.
I think it's good for people who don't have a Switch, and I think it moves progress along, and I think I'm not going to get it, but it's still cool.
Yep, that's, the Wall Street Journal, which this article is quoting, it's one of those, it's funny how people do articles, they're like, we're quoting so-and-so that said this on this article. So they said, quote, Nintendo is still debating what new hardware and software features to include in the upgrade and weighing the cost of the features. People with knowledge of the discussions said, end quote. So the only thing I hope that they do in this new model is let us have voice chat that doesn't make me use my smartphone.
Gosh. Oh my! I hate it so much.
Me too.
I don't understand. They don't have to do that for the new. All they have to do is release some kind of a update, and they could put it on the Switch. They don't need to make a new hardware to do that.
That's true. I was thinking like they somehow like blocked it to where you can't have voice chat on the Switch or something.
Fortnite has voice chat
on the Switch locally.
Yes.
Well, come on, Nintendo. I gotta be like, dude, splat over there.
Splat, man.
Paint bomb. Splash, splat. I gotta become a Splatoon Pro.
If I am going to pay, I don't care how much money, if I'm gonna pay for online service, you need to give me an online service.
Or Discord.
Whatever. Yeah, or, even having like a Discord app on the Switch would be better, but just like have native voice chat. I know you're trying to protect the little ones, but come on, man.
Flashback to me talking about me playing Blackout earlier. I played with a squad, so it's a squad is 4 people, and 3 of them had to be under the age of 15, and they said some very mean things to me.
Really?
Yes, they're like, I'm not going to repeat any of the stuff because I know some families do listen to this, but they said some really messed up stuff. They're like, you don't know how to play this game. You're trash, man. You need to go put yourself in a trash can. And like, I'm creatively disguising what they said, but that's amongst the things of what they said. It was like, I've had this game for a day, man. You can calm down. He's like, I played this game for like the last 24 hours. You scrub. And I'm like, what is happening? Like,
I don't know, man.
And they started, I don't know either. I was like, this is a terrible time to be a teen playing video games. Like, anyway, yeah, that made me think of this. Like, I understand why Nintendo doesn't have voice chat because they hurt my feelings.
That's a pretty good reason, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not, Jordan. Get it together, Nintendo.
Good answer. Thank you. Boom. I don't care if the Switch sold 19 million units. Doesn't matter.
Jordan.
Give us voice chat.
Jordan.
Yeah?
There's a Luigi's Mansion ad on this GameSpot page.
I think that's the universe telling you that you should buy it right now.
I want to buy it. Why is it on the Switch?
I don't know, man.
Why did they put it on the... Oh my gosh. Why is it not on the...
Write an article about it. Write an article about how Nintendo secretly hates Luigi.
Oh, man. I don't think that's a secret, though.
I mean, is he in Smash? He's in Smash, right?
Yes, he's in Smash.
Waluigi's the one that wasn't in Smash. That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the
Waluigi.
purple one.
Wario is in it.
Yeah.
Waluigi's also not a Nintendo character.
Yeah, it's true.
He's a castle. I can't remember. I think it's called like Castle or something.
Yeah.
The people who make the Mario Tennis games. They made him.
Exactly.
Okay. Moving on to some PlayStation news. The PlayStation 5, as if it needed to be, like, announced. Or, not, it wasn't announced. It was basically announced that it will happen. There's no announced date. There's no release date. They basically just said the PS5 will happen.
Yep, and it's obviously it's going to happen. It's why wouldn't it happen? Sony loves money. They've seen a lot of success with the PS4, and if they keep making awesome games like Spider-Man, nobody's going to worry about Sony, you know? They just put out some great exclusives, keep trucking along, everybody's bills are paid, put food in your mouth, game on.
That's like, I mean, PlayStation, from what I understand, is by far the most profitable section of Sony right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I most of the time forget that they make films. Like,
oh yeah, they don't
all together.
Dude, I heard the other day that Spider-Man, the PS4,
Amazing Spider-Man.
No. Yeah, the PlayStation 4 made more money than Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Wow, that's insane.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's yeah. I mean, I see why. Like, I mean, it looked so good that I pre-ordered the stupid system. Now I have a PS4. Like, it's like
I need to get a new.
It knew how to latch on to people.
I kind of want to get a PlayStation Pro. I don't know. I definitely probably won't, but I still kind of want to. All right, let's move on to something with a little more significance, though. Sony is finally going to let you change your stupid PSN name. This comes from CNET. Okay, so if you've been itching to... I'm just going to read this.
Yeah.
If you've been itching to change your PlayStation Network, I'm going to restart this whole thing over because this sounds horrible.
Okay. Do it.
People have been wanting to be able to change their PlayStation Network names for like a decade. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. Apparently, they did some real stupid stuff with the PlayStation 3, like the innards of it and the way the system just works on a basic level. That if you change your name, it could like crash the trophy system and like hurt your entire PlayStation 3 catalogs and everything. I don't know why they did it. Like they tied your name so integrally. That doesn't sound right.
Sure, you can say it like that.
To the PlayStation 3 system, and then they kind of did the same thing in a way to the PlayStation 4 because PlayStation 4 is at least tangentially connected to PlayStation 3, and they've been trying to do this for years. And people are like, I want to change my weird name that I made when I was 13 because I was an idiot, and I don't want to be named Big Toe McGee or whatever anymore to keep this PG rated. I don't understand, but finally, after like 10 years or something, I don't know, next year, they're finally starting to implement this. Sony...
Not even this year. They're like, you can have it next year.
And Sony will soon start testing a feature, to let you do just that. Change your name. As part of the PlayStation Preview program. The company said Wednesday in a blog post, your first name change will be free, but subsequent changes will run you $9.99. If you're a PlayStation...
But...
What? That scared me.
If you're a PlayStation Plus member, the charge will be $4.99. Now the question is, Juggernaut, are you going to change your name from I'll Tell You What to Juggernaut?
I don't know, man. Probably.
Good answer.
I don't know. Okay, it says right here. The feature is expected to be available to all PS4 users in early 2019. So this seems like it's going to be like an early access thing, and maybe certain people are going to get to do it now or sometime this year. But then, as a whole, 2019, early 2019 to be kind of exact, is when they expect it to roll out to all users. And this could make them a lot of money. It's crazy to me that this is finally happening. Oh my gosh! Praise you, Sheeta, as someone I know would say. I can't believe it's finally happening.
Good for them. They're gonna make a lot of money, and then hopefully some people can retire. they'll be like, I did the coding.
I've been working on this since I was, a babe.
And now I can finally retire. So that's awesome. Polygon wrote an article that gave us some great news. I don't really, I have it on Switch. So
I have it on Switch and PC.
Fine, you win. You win the Stardew Valley.
Yeah, boy!
It's coming to mobile.
Got him!
You win. So Stardew Valley is coming to mobile. What is happening? Why are you so sick? Why are you so sickly?
I'm a sickly child.
Okay, so Stardew Valley is coming out later this month on iOS with Android on the way, which is kind of awesome. I thought I'd be more excited for this, but I'm not. I'm not. Like, I brought my Switch with me on this trip, and I was going to play it. And I even downloaded an episode of a podcast that I listened to that was going to talk about Stardew Valley. And I was like, I'm going to listen to this podcast episode about Stardew Valley
while you're playing Stardew Valley. Oh, man.
And I was like, it's going to be awesome. And I didn't do either one of those things. Wow. I just watched Naruto Shippuden.
Wow.
That's all I did. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yep. So, but good for them. It's going to be $7.99. It launches, the iOS version launches October 24th. And, at least players on PC will be able to copy their saves onto their iOS device via iTunes.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool. I wish you could do that to Switch, because I think that's what would make me play it more often. But we don't have that yet.
I'll probably play it more eventually. I mean, it's very similar to Harvest Moon. I adore Harvest Moon. I'm probably not gonna pick. I'm definitely not gonna pick this up. I don't want to say probably, but it's just because
the multiplayer's out. We can farm together.
Why would I do that?
We can do a 1-up-me farm, Twitch farm.
That sounds terrible.
Farm.
No.
Okay.
No, you can do it yourself if you want.
Well, I don't want to play alone. I get lonely.
Why? Why not?
Are
you scared?
Know. Yeah.
Did you say when this comes out?
October 24th on iOS, and it will cost $7.99.
$7.99. Does it say?
It will have no microtransactions.
Oh man, people are gonna get mad like they did with Super Mario. This costs $10. It should be free. It should be free.
It should be free.
I want microtransactions and a poopy game.
That's right. Speaking of games that are amazing and beautiful, rounding out our news today is coming from GameSpot. This is about Red Dead Redemption 2. I saw this, thought I'd throw it in the notes, because even though I was already hyped about this game, relatively not knowing anything about it, because I wanted to go into this game, kind of blind, I had to put this in there because this has some awesome details that I might not have known. Maybe people know, but we wanted to share some of them with you anyway. So, you can fire a warning shot or just whistle for fun. Like, that is awesome. Because in my head, Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be like a better version of Westworld. Like, if I was in Westworld, that's how it would be, hopefully. Have you familiar with Westworld? Have you seen Westworld?
I know it exists.
Okay. It's pretty much like, I think Disney World.
It's like Robot Cowboys or something, kind of, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, it has this. The details in this article are interesting to me because I love these kind of aspects in the game. Like your guns can degrade and jam. You can, your hunting materials can rot and be damaged. One of the more interesting ones is you can clean, groom, and you get to feed yourself. So it's, you got to keep your health and your stamina up. Maybe give yourself a little shave, a little haircut, a little bit off the top. So you can totally go all Rocky Mountain, high, and let your facial hair and your head hair grow out super long if you want to as well. So that's kind of cool. How do you feel about some of these details?
I think these are kind of the details that are gonna make the game for a lot of people.
Yeah,
you're gonna get
one that you freaked out before we started recording is you can lose your hat.
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, "What?" It's like, if you're not careful.
I won't be a cowboy anymore, Jordan.
Exactly. If you're not careful, you could easily lose your hat in the midst of a shootout. If you drop your hat, you need to physically pick it back up if you're looking to look like a proper outlaw.
This is incredible. This game I'm so excited for this game, man.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And there's a kill cam.
Oh, yeah.
If you die. So there's some interesting details. Like, you can dance. You can break your enemy's weapons. So speaking of heroic behavior. What?
I think we should probably put this. There's a bunch of little details that I think we'll put this in the show notes so y'all can read this. Because we don't want to read all of it. I'm sorry.
Exactly. You can break your enemy's weapons, and that's kind of cool. It's definitely will be in the show notes, as is most of the things we cover. So check it out. And if you never played Red Dead like I have, check out this game. I'm giving it a chance because it's not like you can legally go outside and be a cowboy yet. So why not do it in the video games? So that seems kind of fun.
I'm very, very excited for this game. I'm so excited. It looks so good. I just need to, I don't know, I don't know. I guess I'll kill some time by playing some other game. I need to beat The Messenger. I want to beat that.
Beat that.
Yeah,
beat it.
I'll beat that while this is going out. I don't want to say kill some time because that game is really good. I don't know.
Exactly. Maybe I'll beat We Happy Few.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed
you can
Odyssey.
beat that. Yeah, I mean, I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey
or Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, you can do it.
Or maybe
all of them.
Or maybe I'll just good at Blackout.
Yeah,
on Call of Duty.
Get good, man. Get it. GG, man. Get good.
Exactly, but in all honesty, I'll probably beat We Happy Few because I feel like nobody's talking about that game, or at least that's true. That's true too. I think people talk about it and they breezed over it, but also I'm not in a community of people that talk about We Happy Few a lot or games like that. Mm-hmm. So I would like to discuss it more. So I think I'm going to focus on that game.
Yeah.
Even though I really want to go do some side quests in Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now.
Just focus, beat We Happy Few, and then move on, and then move on, and move on, and then move on.
That's right.
If you don't like a game, stop playing it. If you like a game enough to beat it, do your best to stay focused on that one game. You'll beat it quicker.
Beautiful words of wisdom from Ryan Smith here, ladies and gentlemen. You can put that on a t-shirt if you want.
I'd get profits from it, though.
Yeah, he wants $1 a t-shirt.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
Oh, crap.
So, did you almost fall out of your chair and die?
I'm actually laying on a bed.
That must be real nice.
It actually is kind of nice.
So, the last portion of this podcast is our deals portion. We don't always have this, but there was some cool stuff we wanted to throw in this time. You want to talk about this first deal? Because I'm still salty as Fraligator about this game.
Okay, this is Rainbow Six Siege deal. Don't forget, you can get your exclusive 8 Twitch Prime packs and 1 legendary Chibi Charm if you connect your Twitch Prime and your Rainbow Six Siege accounts.
That was a wonderful, wonderful read. Good job.
Thank you.
And I'll talk about this next one. So, the Twitch Prime program, Aragon Pirate Pack for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yep. Exclusively for Twitch Prime members. Embody the ruthless qualities of the Aegon Sea Pirates and plunder at will from October 2nd to December 5th, 2018. Get your loot now by connecting your Ubisoft account to your Twitch account. Yep. That's it.
And you can get the first Witcher novel for $2 on Kindle.
Yep. I will say, to get the Assassin's Creed loot, you have to have the currency, like their little, whatever it's called. You have to have the club rewards, and you got to unlock those with club units.
That's annoying.
So I thought you would just, it is annoying. I thought you would just be able to, I thought it would just throw the inventory in the game. Nope. You got to use your little Ubisoft club unit stuff for it. So, yep.
That's stupid.
It is stinky stupid.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap this on up?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Wait, there was something. Hold on. Where is it?
Okay.
There's something I saw. Oh, yeah, here it is. This is like pretty fresh news. The Dragon Quest Builders 2 is going to get a demo. I just saw that. I got a notification about that So if you're interested in that,
that's awesome.
Check it out. I'm very interested in that game. I like the first one. I might beat the second one. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's gonna get a beta or demo or something.
Okay, awesome. So as always, our intro and outro music is "Back to Business." Back to business. By the Heatley Brothers. We did want to say before we just rattle on all this stuff out that we do also produce a topical podcast every week. It comes out on Wednesdays. And you can listen to it the same place you're listening to this right now.
Cross branding.
Whoa, that was, whoo, that gave me some chills, little heebie-jeebies. Yeah. So we do also produce a topical podcast, and we'd love for you to check it out. We don't just do news. We used to have the topic and the news together in one show. If you listen to our earlier shows.
That's what happens.
Yeah, we're still doing topics. They just come out on Wednesdays, and our news comes out on Mondays.
Unless you're a patron.
Unless you're a patron, then you get it early. We do have a Patreon. It will be in the description below. As always, we appreciate you listening. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your grandma, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your everybody. Share it on social media, but the best way to get the word of the podcast out is by mouth. So go tell people you see randomly. As always, you can check the podcast out on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it if you leave us a review. And just type some words in there and how you feel about the show.
Or 5. Yep. Or 5. You can also say 5.
That's right. You could do 4 or 5. Those are the two
options.
Yep. But you can type whatever you want in there.
Yeah. As long as it's 4 or 5 stars. If you want to scream at us on the internet and tell us we're stupid, that's fine. Just don't give us less than 4 stars, please.
That's right. Because please. As always, you can listen to the podcast anywhere else you listen to podcasts, as well as your favorite podcatcher, or you could just say, hey, smart speaker, play One of Me podcast. Yeah. And it should just play it, and if it doesn't, go buy the other smart speaker.
If that doesn't do it,
maybe it
try it again.
Yep.
And again.
That's right.
And again. Yep. And again.
That's right.
Until it works.
That's right. For all the latest podcast news, you can follow the podcast at OneUpMe Podcast on Twitter. You can use the hashtag PlayOn or the hashtag OneUpMe to submit your questions to the show. Or you could email the show, OneUpMePodcast at google.com. Sorry, OneUpMePodcast at gmail.com. And you can find all the podcast stuff on our website, OneUpMeGaming.com. And you can follow me on Twitter at Aswaylock.
Oh, sorry, you can find me around Divisions.
Yep. And that's really it. We appreciate you listening. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about it. And we'll see you on Wednesday for our topic episode, which we're still deciding what it'll be about. So let us know. If you listen to this on Monday and have a topic you want us to cover on Wednesday, let us know. As always, thanks for listening and play on.